Hi and welcome to the thinking. Wait, where's my mic? Is it? Let's just
No, the mic is
let's.
good. The mic is good.
It's a good one. All right, all right.
Yeah.
Now I double check after the one unfortunate episode where I was speaking like from a toilet. Where am I? In a toilet. All right. Hi and welcome to the Thinking Out Loud podcast, a show with meaningful content. Once more. Masha, stop. Let's once again from the top. Hi, and welcome to the Thinking Out Loud podcast, a show with meaningful conversations in plain English with non native speakers. My name is Jedrek,
My name's Masha,
and we are two English teachers who,
who didn't want to be teachers when they were young. I think I
yeah, that's
can.
true. Of course, that's
Is
the
it true?
story of all English teachers, I guess. Who
No,
wants to be?
not
You think
necessarily.
there are people
No.
who want to be English teachers?
Why not? There are still people who want to be teachers, doctors, and all this kind of stuff. And
Yeah,
all the
yeah,
ballerinas and the astronauts.
yeah, and startuppers.
Who did you want to be?
Oh, it's a very good question. I know who I wanted to be, but it dates back to my high school, maybe more like when I was a bit more, conscious, because I
I
get
hope.
because I guess I think I used to dream about becoming a firefighter and all that, as a young boy,
Okay.
but later, growing more conscious,
Conscious,
sort
let's
of,
hope. Yeah.
yes, yes. I think my dream was to be an anchorman, or rather a host of a TV show. I
And
wanted
you
to
have your
run,
own show, you see. Your
and I
dream
got my
came
own
true.
show. Yeah, it sort of came true, except
Wow.
I never really followed so much on that dream, meaning that you know, it takes a little bit of acting. It takes a little bit of I don't know what, if you want to be a good TV host.
But what was appealing for you? What was the appeal?
Uh, it's a very good question. These things, they
They
are
looked
sort
good,
of
clean shave.
subconscious. Yeah,
Okay.
you look good, and at the same time, you are. Um, you see, this is strange because you are sort of in the center of attention, but you are not the main focus of the
Hmm.
program because
Hmm.
it's the
Hmm.
guests, it's the participants of whatever is the show about. But you are some sort of some sort of mm, central piece, to that program, right? So I think I subconsciously, because I'm just trying to get down to the root of that feeling, and I think I always wanted to play such roles,
And you actually do
to
right
be
now. That's how you
important.
teach. You're the
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
centerpiece, but
yeah,
at the same time,
yeah, but at the same
well,
time it's not about me, right? and
so all your
and
dreams came
moreover,
true. You see?
yeah, except the TV hosts are rich.
What is it? God works in mysterious ways, yes?
Yeah,
Be
exactly,
careful what
so
you wish
I
for.
was given, yes, yes,
You didn't
exactly.
express your wish, in enough detail, I would say.
Yeah, 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 exactly.
Yeah.
So maybe one day, I had this sort of goldfish sort of moment, and I simply didn't, you know, make it explicit that I want to be that, TV host who's rich, God damn it.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, I like that role, of sort of being a central figure, but not in the spotlight. It's kind of I don't know if that makes any sense, but it is the same in sports. When I play basketball, uh, I'm not of the type of a superstar, like, give me the ball and I'm going to score, I'm going to do whatever. But at the same time, I like to be, you know, uh, uh, um, a player who's important simply. I don't know how to explain that. Kind of, I like that leadership from the back seat sort of, position.
Wow,
So
the level of self-awareness, I must say,
incredible.
without a second in therapy.
Yes, but you surprised me with that question. I know it's maybe not fair, but could I do a little ping pong and ask you about
What I wanted to be when I was a
yeah,
child. I
because
wanted
you
to be
said
an
that
actress.
we didn't want to be
No,
English
no,
teachers, of course.
no, of course not. I wanted to be an actress for a long time.
An actress.
Yeah.
And have you done anything?
No, because everybody told me that, okay, well, you have to face it that you don't have a talent that would have already been discovered by this time. So what you
How
gonna
would
do?
anybody know that?
You're gonna be oh, I think if you're very talented, it you can you know it very early on.
But did you attend some sort of a
No, no, no,
theater
no. Well, I did.
circle or
I orchestrated a lot of stuff because I had two siblings, and I
hmm
just, I staged something. I made them wear costumes and perform, and
hmm
well, we gave some concerts for family, something like this.
hmm
But that's it.
Well, we saw you on stage once playing
Ah, the
what was it, a
harp,
harp?
the
Yeah.
harp. Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
anyway, I
but
went to music school and learned to play the piano for 8 years, so I had a lot of
all
performances,
right.
which was
You know,
always a nightmare. Always. I
all right.
never, I never got over this stage fright. Never.
All right. So it's not good for an actress, I guess. I mean, I don't know actually if
But I
that
remember my
environment.
first teaching practice, when I suddenly mm, mm, um, decided that I want to be a teacher. I was already, well, I don't know, 30 something.
Hmm
And
hmm
I thought, okay, so what should I do? If I want to get a job, a teaching job, I don't have any qualifications, so nobody will want to hire me. So I need you know, a diploma or something. And I did CELTA. And
hmm
on CELTA is very practical. CELTA is the certificate English teaching for Lola.
hmm
And it's very practical. They make you teach on the second day of the course.
hmm
So on the second day of the course, me with my, stage fright, which
hmm
had been with me for a long
Yeah,
time,
there's a
and they
lot.
put me there and tell me, teach.
Hmm
Oh my God, this was like the worst 45 minutes of my life. I ran out of activities like by, I don't know, 15 minutes into this, and it was, I mean, oh, yeah.
But
But then
yeah, you're
I
right.
got
But
used to it with time,
there's a lot these two professions, acting and teaching, have in common. You know, you are somehow,
especially if you teach group classes
on
offline.
stage, right? Especially teaching on offline. Sorry, that is true. And I always say that this profession, teaching, is the most flexible, especially teaching languages, But I guess teaching other subjects too, but languages especially, this is such a flexible profession. You could do anything inside, like, you could, do the role plays. You could, be more scientific oriented or whatever, because the content is, you know,
Everything.
it's sort of everything. Yeah, everything
Yeah.
is language, right? All right, fine. So here we are, and we ended up being teachers. I cannot say I don't um, fit here,
Regret
Yeah, or
not
regret. Yeah, I
not
mean,
becoming an anchor.
yeah, it would be nice, to. But these days with YouTubes and so on, I'm almost, like a host, of a program. Okay, the program is not popular, but
But did
but
you
I'm
ask for
almost like a
that?
host.
It's a matter of
I
how you
did,
formulate your wish. I want to be a host of a
yeah,
very popular TV program who is very rich. Now you
yeah,
know how to do
exactly,
it.
exactly. But I would honestly, I would have a problem to be this one man star, like this, this kind of. I'm not an how to frame that? I'm not a celebrity type of personality, I'm not unless unless I took that approach that Jacek has, that kind of he's acting, he's hiding behind different personas, and somehow, of course, he's extremely popular and so on. But I would have a problem to um, kind of perform and be a YouTube personality,
But you
to
are
be
a
honest.
YouTube personality.
Well, come on, with how many subscribers do we actually have? People,
But it doesn't matter.
this is also
What matters
I'm
is
pointing
that
my
you are
finger
on you.
on our listeners, and subscribers, guys. Let me tell you the truth, the bare truth, and only oh sorry, and only truth. But where's view your channel, right? So we've got actually 37 subscribers and 60 videos. So we're like more content producers than subscriber gatherers. All right. Well, anyway, that YouTube channel is something that hasn't really taken off too well, but we are there.
Yeah.
At least if someone wants to watch our faces,
Well, it doesn't matter. I
please.
mean, you have to show up, you have to do the show anyway.
Yeah, yeah, you're right.
So
You're right. Yeah.
this makes
So
you an
yeah, you
anchor.
may actually do this for yourself, right? And this is mostly what we are doing, right? With
Yeah,
our
just
podcast
two
and
English
so on.
teachers sitting in toilets and chin wagging.
Yeah. Yeah, it's chin wagging. What
I
a
should also
great
move
program
to a
that is.
former toilet. And
You
then we'll
should
have
move
two
there, and
English
that would.
teachers who work
Yeah.
from toilet.
Wait, this is not a toilet. This is a former bathroom.
Okay, okay. Sorry,
All
sorry,
right.
sorry. That
If you read
matters.
my latest piece in our newsletter, you
Peace.
know very well.
Yeah,
Yes.
everybody knows now very
Good.
well.
Good. Masha, thanks for bringing up, this kind of, you know, um, memory. Um, there's a
Moment
phrase
of
for it.
reminiscing.
Oh, nice. Oh, that is nice. But remember, I said at the beginning, it is plain English.
Ooh, okay.
So, so I guess you're playing.
Nostalgia.
Yeah. All right, that's better. Good. Um, Thanks a lot to everyone who's listening, and to everyone who's also subscribing to our beautiful newsletter. This thing is actually growing, and it's really, really optimistic, And there's one adjective that fits perfectly both our show here on the podcast and our newsletter, and that is, ladies and gentlemen, homemade.
Oh my
It's simply
gosh.
homemade. It's simply homemade. But is
But
it something
homemade
positive?
food is something so good, you know?
Of course. Of course. I mean, homemade media is
Made
kind
with
of,
love, with
yeah,
care.
exactly. Exactly,
Okay.
and this is what it is. And I'm subscribing to a couple of other newsletters, and of course, I'm listening to lots of podcasts, and these professional ones. Well, fine, they're great, but I'm really missing that kind of homemade feeling. So yeah, it's great.
You know where to find it.
You know where to find it exactly. All right.
Where can you find it? tol.com?
Yeah, it's tolpodcast.com, and this
Okay.
is where you find all the important links. I guess our website needs some kind of upgrade, but there's no time for that.
It's homemade.
I'm It's homemade. Yeah, it's homemade. So, all right, but yeah, maybe one day.
Okay.
Good. Masha, I was thinking, because the modern world is all about chunking, and you consume content in chunks. Marianne Wolf said that an average American reads the equivalent of one book per day. So it's like, 300 pages, except it's in chunks, right? So, they consume some tweets, some Facebook posts, some YouTube, some other stuff, and added up, it gives you like one full book. And
Amazing.
Yeah, I was thinking, yes, this is amazing. Yeah, this is
One
amazing.
book.
But I was thinking that, we should also maybe chunk this podcast, because we always start with an intro, and then just like in The Simpsons, like the first scene of the cartoon is something that is totally different than the rest of it. So that means that, the cartoon starts in some bizarre way and then it goes somewhere completely else. I have a feeling our show is pretty
How about
similar.
I will watch The Simpsons and you will read Harry Potter? I
Uh,
clicked the link where you and Ella discuss Harry Potter
mhm.
in hoping that you have finally read it, and I was
I
disappointed the
haven't.
first
I
two.
haven't. I haven't.
Well, you'll have to read it with your children.
I've got it. I tried already. We already tried, but my son is too young for that. Maybe he needs 1 or 2 years, more. Right
Okay,
now, we are reading The Beast Quest. You know
never
The
heard of
Beast
it.
Quest? Oh,
No,
you don't know The Beast Quest?
no.
Oh,
Is it
come
with the
on. There are like
children's version of
35,
Animal Farm or something?
35 volumes of it, and there's always a beast, that the poor guy Tom has to fight. It's totally cool, except that this
Sounds
boy
like a lot of
and the girl,
violence.
the beasts that he has to fight, he doesn't have to fight them, he has to free them.
Oh, okay. That's a
So,
different
it's
matter.
not
Yeah.
about
Yeah,
killing,
yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay.
except the beasts are deadly because there's, an evil wizard who transformed them into, aggressive and bloodthirsty beasts.
Hmm.
But he has to free them. So there's either a chain or a blindfold or, some sort of a magical thing that makes the beasts go a bit crazy. But yeah, well, the book is great, for kids.
Okay.
For adults, it's not so much. This is the difference between Harry Potter and Beast Quest. Beast Quest is kind of naive. There is a wizard, Aduro, I think is his name, who who sent Tom the kid, in the first place on that mission, super dangerous, and this guy is only clapping his hands. Well done, you freed another beast, and now go and free another one. And this poor boy, is basically, um, doing what Aduro says, and it's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of like exploitation
Curse.
to me. No, no, it's like exploiting, the poor boy, who
Yeah.
could be
To
with
get
his
all the
family,
dirty
but
job done for this
yes,
wizard.
yes,
Okay,
exactly,
okay, I got it.
exactly. Well,
Okay.
but I hope the author will maybe change something in the volumes that we are about to read, because so far it's like, now okay, you freed one beast, now go and free another one. All right, but Tom is enthusiastic, so you know, everything's
Okay.
fine. Great. Masha, time to go to our beautiful thinking out loud proper. This is
Hmm.
the part where we stop gossiping and we start thinking,
Okay, I'll
hopefully.
try and
All right.
do my best.
Could you do the gong?
Could you do the
Because
gong?
I know, but I can't, I mean, it's like round one.
Yes, exactly. Round
Gong.
one. Yes.
All right. Good.
Dong.
Masha, there are two concepts, of course, two uh, adjectives or maybe nouns. Maybe we can play with nouns that are worth, I think, separating. And they go like this. What's the difference between being happy and being excited? So we are basically going to compare happiness and excitement.
In this
Eh,
Harari talk that you recommended a couple of
mhm.
episodes ago, that's he was talking about this word excited, and he said that in the English language it is
He was.
so misused. And I was like, yes, finally somebody said it, because that when you teach this word to students, it's very
Mhm,
difficult to explain what it means, because there is a translation, into
mhm, mhm.
Ukrainian. but it just
Mhm.
translation and how this word is used, they have very little, in common.
We have a translation in the Polish language almost equivalent. Podekscytowany. It means, full of emotions, rather positive emotions. I was actually wondering if excitement, sorry, if excitement can be
Negative.
negative in a way, like
No, no,
like
no.
a
I
barking
always
dog.
when I need to teach this word, and translation doesn't help here, I say that this is how you feel when you're a child
Mhm.
and tomorrow's Christmas.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So,
Great explanation.
but you can be overexcited, and this is negative.
Like when? Like with
Like when you were a
social
child and you've
media
had
or
too much sugar.
ah. But
Okay,
but I guess
happy and excited, happy and
no, no,
excited.
let's for a second, this negative excitement, it doesn't exist. I mean, excitement is basically positive, so it's either before Christmas or before getting
Yeah, 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 yeah. It's an anticipation of something positive. I
mhm.
would say that's excitement.
What about this phrase, I'm excited to meet you?
Yeah,
Is that
that's exactly what Harari. You don't remember this.
I don't really remember that. I mean, I
Oh yeah,
haven't
yeah, yeah, yeah.
and I'm even surprised, that because it's something relatively recent, and I guess I haven't actually caught
He said
that.
that there's too much excitement about AI, and that's when
There
he's
is definitely, yeah.
and yeah, we should all calm down. He said that we are too excited, and then he said that it's used in a very strange way in English.
hmm
Um. Okay. Yeah. Well.
But how about that dog that is, barking? I know a horse is passing by, and the dog is, willing to tear it apart.
That's not excitement. It's
You know
agitation.
excitement? Agitation. Ah, all right. Agitation. You're right. Yeah, that's nice. I'm gonna put this. I was lacking this word.
But the dog is excited when the dog meets you when you come home in the
Yeah,
evening.
when you come home, absolutely. It's excited.
Yeah.
It's mhm,
Because it's looking forward to the good time it's going to spend with you. So
mhm.
excitement is anticipation, I would say, of something good. But happiness,
and
of course,
mhm,
can be when you're excited, you feel happy because tomorrow's Christmas.
mhm.
But there is also such thing as, I don't know how to put it, calm happiness, something like this.
Yeah, yeah. Happiness is I would
It's many things.
sooner search for happiness in stuff like balance, calm. It's rather peaceful
Yeah,
moments rather
but
than
remember when you were a child, you were not looking for happiness there. Happiness for you was always
was excitement.
it
It
went hand in hand with excitement. Yeah.
but
Your
but I think
birthday.
it's crucial. But if as a young child, you don't know what's happiness. You don't know that having a family, that having a home and being together, that is, you don't even you
Yeah,
take
no,
it
no,
for
no, no.
granted. I mean, it's like, of course I live with my parents, and I play computer games, and so on.
But that's an interesting thing about childhood. They take everything for granted. When
Hmm
they are orphans and live in an orphanage, they think that that's life, how it should be. If they have only
hmm
one parent, they think, well, I mean, so now when you're a child, you happy when you have something exciting going on. When it's your birthday,
That's
when
why,
your
yeah,
parents are
that's why
taking
these
you out
two.
to this, I don't know, theme park. So when you were a child, I would say that yes, there is no difference. You're only
you
happy
know
when you're excited.
Yeah, yeah, that is true. And I've got something that will make you happy,
Excited?
I guess. Happy, I guess,
Okay.
because I'm going to mention Interstellar. But it's
Oh, I'm
kind of a
actually
longer.
excited.
You're excited about okay, but listen to this. I asked Copilot, which is some form of chat GPT,
Hmm.
or whatever, Microsoft's, thing. And I asked a very simple question: give me some conversation questions everybody likes. And you know what I got? I got
You're
something like,
so okay, desperate.
what's the best book you've ever, sorry, you've read recently, stuff like that.
Hmm.
And there's actually, and all of these questions, they explore, your memory, about whatever,
Hmm.
what's your favorite childhood memory, and stuff like that. Um, Terrible questions, by the way, that's the only let's say rescue here is the digression. Hopefully, somebody digresses and you start talking about something completely else. Because if we were really to talk about what's the best book you've read recently, I would have to go back to Count Monte Cristo, and or you don't talk about the best book you've recently read, but simply the last book I read. Doesn't matter. One question is, tell me about a movie that really impacted you.
Hmm.
And somehow I just stopped at that question, and I thought like, oh my goodness, me and movies, it's not a good relationship. But I remember one moment when I was truly happy, and that was because of a movie. I went to watch Interstellar in
Hmm.
the cinema alone, without my wife or my girlfriend. I can't remember if no, maybe we were married back then. I don't know when was actually Interstellar
10 years ago,
first released. 10 years ago. So yeah, we
something like
just
that.
celebrated our ninth anniversary. So maybe we were still, we weren't married yet. But anyway, I went alone because my wife hates that kind of movies, And I remember that I was totally impressed by the movie. I mean, who wouldn't be, right?
I
And
wasn't.
you
After the
weren't.
first time, I thought it was like the one of the most boring movies. I had to
Oh,
watch it a
come
couple of
on.
more times. I don't know how. I
Uh,
don't know. I can't
But what
explain.
made you
Okay.
what made you watch this movie again? I'm sorry, we are again digressing, but
Oh, I don't remember.
all right.
Maybe
It's
it was
strange,
Matthew
because
Matthew McConaughey, probably.
all right. But listen to this. I'm leaving the cinema
Hmm.
in Warsaw, in the city center, and I'm totally impressed by Interstellar. And I get on the tram to go back home. And I'm still under the impression of the Interstellar, and then the tram stops and the door opens. Psh, and I'm like in some kind of a spaceship, some kind of a space capsule. It's like, oh my God, this is incredible. I had this feeling that I'm living in some sort of a future, that is fraught with technology and so on. And I felt genuinely happy having watched that film, a great film, and being kind of with that fantastic aftertaste, being left
Hmm.
with that great, great aftertaste, and somehow living this movie through after the film,
Hmm.
So it was great. It was great. So that's that poor little question here. Tell me about a movie that really impacted you. It's definitely the
What's
Interstellar,
your
and
favorite moment?
in Interstellar. Uh, you know what? There were lots of them, but I don't think I will be. Wait, there's probably something that I like in particular, but I don't know now. No, I'm unable to say, because I was thinking for a second that when
Because you
we
don't
land on
watch
this
it every
planet,
month.
I don't watch it every month exactly like
I
you,
do.
but
Well, a
but
couple of months.
there are plenty of great
My favorite moment, and I
moments.
always rewatch it when the movie is over, is docking. Cooper, what are you doing? Docking. It's impossible. It's necessary.
All right. All right, great.
That's the
Well,
moment.
Anyway, let's go back to excitement and happiness. I felt generally happy. I didn't feel excited after the movie, was unless I
Yeah, you can feel
was excited,
excited before.
but never
That's
after,
what
right?
I think. I think it's all to do with anticipation, this
Yeah.
excitement. But
But yeah, you're right. Yeah, and that's the key, Masha, because I was thinking that let me mention modern
mhm.
world,
Modern
if
world,
not, if
okay.
not, if not, if not, the system. And it's relatively easy to generate excitement. It's very hard to uh, create happiness, I think. And that's why if you browse, if you scroll your timeline on the social media, you may get excited. And it was like, oh, that's cool. Oh, that's even cooler, And then, you just scroll and scroll these, videos or pictures or whatever, they are, giving you some kind of, bolts, I don't know how to call that, of excitement, but at the same time, you're totally not happy because we know, and this is well documented, that social media don't make people happy. It's actually the reverse, So
Okay.
yeah, and that's why excitement is just this anticipation, but never after, right? I mean, you're not excited anymore, and in the case of social media, you're not even happy because you wasted your time and
But
you get
social media,
nothing.
what has social media to do? Ah, you mean it excites you easily.
I think it's based on excitement. Otherwise, you wouldn't be even browsing this. You open that
So where is the
because you expect,
anticipation? You expect to find something that will
yeah,
numb
something
your
that will,
mind for
yeah,
another 5 minutes.
yeah. There's probably some
Mm.
chemistry involved, because you get some kick of, I don't know what, dopamine or something.
Cheap dopamine.
Yeah, yeah. And that's excitement, right? But it's not happiness. They overlap a lot, and it's only, I guess, later when you are kind of
Yeah,
more
when I'm
mature.
excited to meet my, I don't know, a friend I haven't seen for a long time. I'm sh definitely happy. But when I meet my
You're
friend,
happy too, yeah.
I'm even more happy, happier.
Hmm.
But there is
Yeah,
happiness.
yeah,
I mean, yes, there is happiness and excitement, but there is happiness without excitement. That's what I'm trying to say.
yeah. And vice versa. There's excitement without happiness, of course.
Hmm.
So they much as they overlap, they don't actually go together
But wait a second,
every
if
time.
I'm expecting, anticipating something good to happen, why am I not happy at this moment? It's just a different
This
kind
is
of
tricky.
happiness.
Um, yeah, that is tricky, But I would say at first I want to say that happiness is something more durable, but it's not true. Happiness could be short-lived and then it can be taken away from you, I
Hmm.
guess. So
Hmm.
so it's not like it's a matter of the time frame.
No, no.
It's
But
rather yeah, there are at times
are
because
we,
it's
wait a second, are we again trying to answer the question how to be happy or what happiness is? We already attempted it and we failed,
we
I
already
think.
attempted that.
If
Yeah, I
you want to
remember
be
we
happy, be. That was the
yeah, that is but if you want to be excited,
be.
you don't say be. No, you don't say that. I mean, because to be excited, you can't simply decide, okay,
If
I'm
you
going to
want
be
to be
excited now.
excited, go on TikTok.
Yeah, go. Exactly.
Do you have TikTok?
Nah, no. No,
Okay.
no, I'm old school. I don't know. I can't get myself around to it. I mean, I think I installed it once, or I actually accessed it because you don't need an account, right? To browse
No, no,
TikTok.
that's the problem. I don't have a TikTok, and
Hmm.
my friends keep sending me, interesting. They find it interesting videos to share with me, and if I'm on my phone, I cannot browse them. So once a day, I sit down, open my laptop, and just
Hmm.
watch all the TikToks people send me during the day. So I can only do it on my laptop for
Why,
some
why,
reason.
why,
I don't
why
know.
can't you access?
Uh, From my
It's
phone,
strange.
no, I can't.
So you need an app
And
for it.
that's, yeah, yeah, but for some reason I can do it from my laptop without any software, without, I don't know how it works, honestly.
It just works. Yeah, yeah, in the
Yeah.
browser. Yeah, yeah. I'm also sometimes watching stuff people sent me, but yeah, I don't know. I'm basically afraid of opening another account on another social media platform, unless there's something like I know that there's this new app called Threads that Instagram has launched, but
I have something. I'm so afraid to lose it, so I'm going to button. You know, the brain, this excitement thing, the brain mm, doesn't. There is no such thing as reality for the brain. You know that, yes?
yeah, I can subscribe to it. I don't
Yeah.
know if our
So
listeners would agree.
when you are imagining something
Mhm.
good or something bad, the brain sees it as, I mean, you are physically, you even know sometimes that you feel it physically, that you are running in your
Hmm.
head, so you're, I don't know, going through an unpleasant dialogue you had last week or something like this, and your
Hmm.
body, you feel these things in your body, like you're angry, your heart starts
Hmm.
pounding or something like this. So
Hmm. Hmm.
for
Hmm.
the brain, you are experiencing it again, like if you are having it right now, this dialogue with another person. So for brain, it doesn't matter what's happening in your mind.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
For your brain is real. So this excitement, when you are anticipating something good, you are usually, these things are happening already in your head. You think of, oh, how I'm going to open my present, what am I going to find there, how I'm going to,
Hmm.
meet my friends. So this is already happening to you, and maybe that's why you are happy, because you're already doing it in your
Yeah,
mind.
because you're only doing it. Yeah, but yeah, you can definitely trick your mind for sure.
Yeah,
I
I
was
don't
just
know who's
thinking,
tricking who very often.
yeah,
Is it me tricking my mind, or my mind is tricking me? And what is even me? It's a way, it's this rabbit hole I prefer not to go, especially
yeah,
at
yeah,
certain moments.
yeah, 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 you're right. You're right. I mean, sometimes you hear that at the end of the day, we are just some chemical elements, and whatever we feel is just, a chemical reaction,
Or we are just a simulation.
or a simulation, even worse. Yeah. Yeah, better not to go down that rabbit hole, but at the same time, coming back to excitement, it's quite a particular feeling because I was thinking about, what you mentioned before in the introduction, the stage fright. Is that some sort of excitement?
No,
It's not.
no.
But you are kind of, I don't know. It's not.
I don't know.
It's not
People who
exciting.
feel excited about a concert or a performance, they have to give. I don't know. Well, maybe there are people who are so happy and to be there, and it's, when I discuss this question with my students, like the audience, the size of the audience, and this level of stress, do they kind of
Hmm.
correlate?
Hmm. Yeah, yeah.
And many people say that when you're interacting with your audience, it's exchange of different energy,
Hmm.
and if you master that, you will feel I don't know, don't remember what exactly
Liberate.
is. No, no, no. I mean, you will not lose energy. You will be full of
Uh-huh.
energy after this interaction. But I've never experienced that. Never. But actually,
Yeah,
yes, I have. I'm lying. Sometimes a lesson, when I planned everything, it's like a performance, and
hmm.
everybody laughed at exactly the right places, and
Hmm.
it's like a stand up.
Hmm.
Well, not
Hmm.
not most of the time, of course. Of course, you do some some teaching actually. But yes, at the end of this class, I do feel energized. I gave energy and I received a lot of
Yeah, yeah.
energy.
But this
Yeah.
has nothing to do with, we are not talking about stage fright here because the stage fright happens before, right? It is some sort of, I don't know, you know that you are going to speak in public or perform, but it's just, these few
So where
moments
does it go?
before.
Where does it go when you are already on stage? Where does the stage fright go?
It's
You
a very
simply
good question.
conquer it,
It dissipates. I don't know. Yeah, yeah. I mean,
dissipates.
it's
Well, if
quite
everything's
quite
going well, then yes. It's,
yeah.
it's kind of hiding somewhere totally defeated. But if it's everything is not going well, then it's, it raises its
Yeah,
head
it then
and
starts consuming you
yeah.
yeah, yeah, you may end up leaving the stage or I don't know, depending on your possibilities.
Like, yeah,
But
actually, the video you saw me playing the harp, it was a
mhm,
successful episode. But then later
mhm,
on, my teacher, she persevered, and I didn't want to perform anymore. And
mhm,
once there was a performance, I performed with my son. He was learning the cello at this time, and I actually this is
mhm,
why I signed up because I wanted to kind of let's do it together. We're in the
mhm,
same
mhm,
boat, sort of. And there was a moment, and I really didn't want to perform that time. And but she's like, "Yeah, well, it's good for you." And I forgot my, I forgot the music, and I just
mhm.
sat there for a couple of seconds, and then I just stood up and left.
All
Oh
right.
my God! And I
All right.
never
Well, yeah.
ever performed again.
All right. Well, yeah, yeah, that's it. This is
That's stage fright.
that is stage fright, but I know the next stage of it, like, you capitulate simply. Right? I mean, yeah, there are instances when I know people um suddenly, get inspiration, start improvising or whatever, but there are also
Hmm.
instances when you simply give up. It's like,
Yeah,
sorry, I'm not prepared or
like
whatever.
me, yeah. And that.
All right. All right. But then again, it's not excitement. It's more like because being stressed out doesn't mean being excited. Of course,
No,
it's
no,
sort of
no,
yeah.
no. I think it's
Yeah,
I
but
think that
they also share things in common, this kind of these butterflies in the stomach or something, when you're stressed and when you're stressed out and when you're excited, right?
yeah, but the butterflies are of a very different color.
Yeah, but of a different color. All right, great.
The
So,
other ones are more like moths, They're gray and
yeah,
ugly and
yeah. And they move in a chaotic way, more chaotic
yeah,
than butterflies. All right, great. I think
they
I think
bruise your stomach even. Okay,
I
sorry.
think we've nailed it. I mean, obviously, happiness and excitement overlap, but
And when
one
you're a
is
child, I
possible
think they're one and the same. This
when
is
you are a child. Yeah, this is, I think, emerging from childhood and actually growing up means recognizing that there is something like happiness and there's something like excitement. So not always getting a candy equals being happy. And deep in their
at one
hearts,
point it stops being. I mean, take your birthdays for example. I think it's a
mhm,
very good example. At
mhm,
which
mhm.
point you stopped feeling excited and happy when it's your birthday? And remember how it was when you were, I don't know, 10, 7, 8.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. The best time of the year, right?
Yes. And now when you're 40 something, it's like, yeah,
I mean, I wouldn't say
you're
I
neither
mean,
excited nor happy.
yeah, yeah, you're
You've
right. You're
grown.
more nostalgic, or I don't know, you're just reminded of how old you are. But I think there's a powerful, really powerful key to parenting here because it's absolutely crucial, I think, for parents to recognize and to separate happiness and excitement because we want to make our children happy, but not necessarily excited all the time. And I guess a lot of parents, just judging by the behavior of children and their behavior, the behavior of parents, they mix up the two. So they will offer some kind of a gift, some kind of treat
Hmm.
to their children, like
To keep them
a
happy,
lollipop, yeah, a lollipop
keep
or
them busy.
whatever, to keep them busy, yeah, and excited. But children, sometimes uh well, I don't want to sound too toxic,
Please
you know
don't.
we uh, uh, we spoke with Masha. I'm referring now to our listeners about toxic masculinity a little bit before the show, so
And for the
I'm
record,
making reference.
Jedrek doesn't feel toxic.
Yeah, we can talk about that, sometime later.
Okay,
I mean,
okay. Whenever
um,
you're ready.
yeah, I'm kind of.
It's
This is a great
interesting. There is
subject
the
for conversation,
in one
but
podcast when they were talking about this, one person said, "Do you know there is no such thing? At least it's not, a term, toxic femininity. Although
yeah, yeah, they're not.
everybody
Oh
knows
yeah, they
what
could be venomous,
deadly."
Yeah. But going back to parenting,
Okay.
I think that um, every child sort of requires a reprimand from time to time, or deserves, I don't know, a reprimand to be reprimanded because, and they kind of even want it. It sounds weird, right?
What are you
Because
talking about?
they get spoiled if they don't, get somehow corrected. Let's call it like that. So
But
imagine that, you pacify
wanting
your
it, I mean,
child.
I'm sorry, but
No, there's a longing for it. There's some longing for discipline, some longing for
order.
for order, yeah, for learning where's your place in this universe. Because if parents don't do it, and I don't mean, of course, beating and whatever, this is I think bad parenting, but still you need some sort of you need to set some borders and delineate them clearly. Because if you don't, you basically spoil your child, and being spoiled, I think, I'm not sure, but prevents happiness. It's like, if you can get everything, afford everything, or basically get it from your parents, I think you don't know what's happiness, because you just know various levels of excitement. I'm more excited because I get
And actually, it's
newer
interesting
toy.
about excitement that to feel even more excited, you need always more and more to feel.
Yeah,
But with happiness, it's not like that.
exactly. I don't think you need a ever stronger kick to feel happy.
Yeah, because if this Christmas you
Um,
got one present,
great, great, great
next
observation.
Christmas you get three,
Yeah,
then the fourth excitement will not be the same if you don't get,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
20.
And moreover, you kind of get addicted to certain dose, and
Of
then if
excitement.
of excitement, yeah, and if it's not met, you actually feel down.
Hmm.
So yeah, excitement is dangerous because it needs a larger and larger dose to sort of to excite you, right? It's just like with drugs, I guess, you need to take more and more of them,
Now we're
or you
talking
need
about
to.
drugs, so we established that excitement is something good, anticipation of something good, and now we're talking of addiction.
I mean, no, but it's just like, we talk about chemistry basically, right? And if you think about mm, taking even antibiotics, it works pretty much the same. I mean, if you keep taking them, then you need to take more and more of them uh, to have the beneficial effects of antibiotics, right? If you eat
Because your
antibiotics every
bacteria
month.
are not so excited anymore.
Yeah, yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah.
give us more antibiotics.
Yeah, yeah. So it's just
Mm.
chemistry, and it works like that. But with happiness is not chemistry, maybe, it's not a chemical thing. However, there is serotonin, right? It's They say it's basically
Everything is
everything is chemical.
chemicals.
We are chemicals.
Yeah, Sapolsky will just
Yeah.
destroy any other argument.
All right.
He's the
Well,
man.
but you are right, Masha, and I feel that there is some truth in what you said that happiness doesn't need that and stronger kick each time. It's
Hmm.
enough, happiness is pretty subtle. It's like, there's these small things, and you need to actually grow sensitive enough. This is what
Hmm.
maybe maturing is about, to just to recognize it, right? I guess. Because like you said, like we said, children, there are happy and unhappy kids, of course, but they don't recognize happiness. Unhappiness is quite easy to spot, it's, I guess. But
Yeah, but for a parent, I must, in defense of parents, because they are blamed for everything these days. You also, how do you know when I mean, when your child is very young, how do you know if the child is happy? Only when they're excited. So
mm,
if
you
they're,
think so?
well,
I mean, it's a sign. It's a clear sign if children are laughing and but
but no, when you read in the evening at bedtime and then you know that your child is happy, there is nothing but excitement there.
yeah,
So
yeah.
your job as a parent is to teach, maybe to draw attention to these moments or something, that happiness, excitement is not, happiness is not only about excitement.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. These moments when you are together and like, yeah, reading a bedtime story or something, yeah, that's the true happiness, but it's so hard to realize it when it's happening, right? It's like
And when you're
you need
young.
to you need to get out somehow from yourself, take a few steps back and look at the situation, from third person's perspective, I guess, to recognize that. Oh my goodness, yeah, it's a great time.
Going out of, I don't know, I don't think so. You always feel it. Not
Yeah,
every
you feel it.
bedtime reading is actually like this,
Yeah, you're right. You're right. It
but you
depends. It
know
depends
it.
on your mood.
Know.
Yeah, it depends
Yeah,
on your mood and again your
I
perception, right?
remember very often. I was so tired, it just because when you read, you lie. Well, I don't know. That's how it always was.
What do
Uh,
you mean?
I was lying, in bed with my child, not sitting down near
Yeah, yeah,
him.
yeah, yeah. All right,
And
all
when
right.
you're
No,
lying
I'm
and
actually
read,
sitting. All right.
and when you're lying and reading, that sooner or later you will just start snoozing, and my child, Mom, you're falling asleep. No, 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 we're here. Oh, sorry, sorry. This is how it. Well, because
Yeah,
you're
especially
always
that.
exhausted at the end of the day.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. That's true.
So
No, I'm
yeah,
actually
sitting
sitting,
down is
maybe.
good. Is good.
Yeah, yeah, it's more comfortable. Even, for the voice emission, it's kind of it's
Voice
better. Yeah.
emission. It's plain
Oh, whatever.
English. Remember, voice emission. Who speaks like that?
No, but it's a concept. How do you paraphrase it in plainer English?
I don't know. Try. You
For the
promised.
quality of the voice, it's better for the quality of the voice, basically. Because if
Okay.
you lie on the bed and you try speaking, the voice has a harder time to get out. My God, what?
My voice is having a hard time getting out of my. Oops. That's the
I'm
plainest
totally,
English
I'm
I've
totally
ever heard.
indolent. Yeah, yeah, I'm totally indolent. All right. But I think this is what makes this show special,
Oh, mate.
We are, you may think that, that the conversation is difficult or something. Yeah, it might be in terms of the concepts that we are exploring, but the language that we use, I can't play any better. This is who I am, I'm playing my max.
Okay.
So yeah, this is my best
Or
game,
maybe people, expect to hear something about happiness and excitement, and then they end up
No,
hearing something
I'll tell you what,
about voice
separating
emission.
these two concepts and being aware of the difference is absolutely important for parents. I mean, for individuals, of course, to even, for you to feel better. It's super important to separate these two and to be aware that excitement these days, it dominates because what are all these Netflix and Disney's and other platforms doing? They generate excitement. I don't think they make you happy. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's strange actually. It's actually strange. they may make you happy, but not because they're showing movies. It's
Because they
strange.
let you for some time forget about your problems.
This is not happiness if you
No, it's not
forget
happiness.
about your
But it's
problems.
a it's I just
But if you come
experience.
back, Masha, if you come back from, I know, cold from outside when it's cold, and it's, I know, minus 20 degrees, and you come back, you make yourself tea and you watch some program on Netflix. That's kind of, this is happiness.
Yeah,
So
if
it's not
you're not
just,
running away from anything, yes, this is
yeah, yeah,
happiness.
yeah, 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 yeah,
But when
exactly. And
you're running
having
away, it will bite you in the ass twice as
it will
hard when you
bite you in
come
the ass.
back.
Yeah, yeah. All
Because
right.
all these things you're trying to suppress while watching a movie, oh my God, as soon
Yeah,
as the
yeah,
movie
yeah.
finishes, you are flooded again with all this shit.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So it's just like getting drunk. I mean, you just postpone.
No, it's much better because there is no hangover. Much better.
Uh, yeah, you're right. You're right. But still, it's just that hangover.
Just
Yeah, you're
of
right.
our
I had,
age.
yeah, I had one. I had one after the Oktober Fest, and
I still remember it.
no, I'm
It's
not.
already the end of October.
Do you know? Yeah, and I got drunk 1 month ago because it was around the 20th of September, and I had a terrible hangover on Sunday, and ever since then, I don't think I drank more than a small bottle. By small bottle, I mean the French small bottle, 250 milliliters of beer.
It's French. Small bottle,
Yeah.
200. You drink like French people. No.
No, no, I feel like, I know, I feel like I don't need beer in my life
Yeah,
for some
maybe,
time.
maybe for some time till next Oktoberfest.
Yeah, I mean, maybe when it gets hot again, it's just nothing like a cold beer on a hot evening. But seriously, right now I don't need it. I prefer tea. I ordered myself, Masha, probably, um, what is these rose buds? These buds of roses.
The buds of roses.
Yeah, not
Uh,
bed of roses, but
buds of
buds of roses.
roses and
Yeah. Yeah, and you just pour hot water, and you sort of
you drink rose tea?
yeah, It's not a tea. This is what in French is called tisane. So there's no tea, there's no tea leaves,
Yeah, but
and
there is
the
such a
sub.
thing as herbal tea. So that's
Yeah, yeah, that
floral,
is
I
tisane. They
guess,
call it tisane.
tea.
Yeah, exactly. I
Oh
love
my
it.
God, what a
This is the
waste.
best drink ever. What a waste. I mean, you mean of roses.
Yeah, of roses.
But they are not the roses that you get other people when you express gratitude or love or whatever. It's not the same roses because these are the wild roses. So
Okay.
these are the
Ah,
like
it's
bushes. They're like
okay. It's
bushes.
not a rose. It's a rose hip. Rose hip. Shipshina
Well,
in
you tell me.
Ukrainian. It's
I know what is that.
okay.
But
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
not the rose that
Okay,
that is a
okay, okay,
flower
okay.
that. But these are the roses. They're more like bushes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, I understand now.
But they're called roses, I guess, in the Polish language. Dzika róża, we say. So it's like wild rose.
Oh, róża. It's like in Ukrainian. It
Yeah,
dika,
yeah.
dika, dika róża. No, there is
But
such a thing as
but
shipshina. I'm gonna tell you now. And
tell our
it's like a bush,
listeners. Hmm.
and it has mm, hedgerows, dog bramble, dog
What?
rose, hip, hedgerows, dog rose. Okay, that's
Dog?
it.
Like
Or in sometimes wild rose. Okay, I
barking
think
animal?
we are talking about the same thing. Yeah.
All right. But
And
anyway,
and
so
it produces fruit.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
That
yeah.
red,
Okay.
that
Red.
red
Look
thing.
at my arm. I was gathering some yesterday and I hurt
All
myself.
right. You see? But these
Yeah.
flowers, I mean, sorry, these buds, before they get actually they bloom into flowers, if you cut them and
So
dry
that's
them.
a waste because you will never get fruit.
You mean the flowers are necessary for the fruit?
No, the fruit develops out of the flower. That's how it works.
Sure. I thought they are
Botany.
like separate. All
No.
right. I can't remember the last time I
So
saw
you're
this
wasting
this plant.
the anyway,
It's
indulging.
worth it, I tell you. It's
Okay.
worth it. I
Okay.
mean, the taste of that, it's like jasmine, but it's better than jasmine because I know jasmine, but you know, it's better.
Too intense for me. Smell.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah. So this
That's
is
true
what I drink
happiness, you're
instead of
telling
beer.
me. Yes.
That is true happiness. Yeah. You know,
Okay.
look at this. Kids go to sleep. You have a peaceful evening, finally, you know, the last hour of it. And you make yourself that whatever wild rose, whatever, you know, you just take three dry buds and you pour hot water. You wait for a couple of minutes, you know, and then it's fantastic. You know, you read a book or yeah, it's just great.
That's old age.
That is old age. I'm sorry.
This was another
Yeah.
episode of the Thinking Out Loud podcast. Thank you, everyone, for listening. Stay tuned for the next one. Bye.
All right. Bye bye.